An Earthship is a building, a vessel, we call it a vessel, that encounters the phenomena of the earth, the physics and the biology of the earth to provide sustenance for people. It does that in place of utility grids and sewage grids and all of the artificial utilities that we get. The Earthship gets everything for sustenance through this encounter. And that in itself makes it unique. It's unique because it doesn't need anything of the grid, both economically, physically, politically, that the existing uh, buildings and housing do. By the very fact that they are what they do represent regenerative, and they're a product that is regenerating itself and regenerating life and contributing to life. And the idea with Earthships is that they make a contribution to the planet, uh, not for a moral reason or anything, but just because it's smart to contribute to the thing that is contributing to you. Trees do that. Trees give and take with the planet. They have done that to the degree that they are the planet. And I think we won't be really regenerative until we are the planet. And certainly right now we're not. Well, to bring community together, they like a water hole in Africa, the last water hole at the end of the drought season, brings all of the animals together. Lions, deer, all the enemies, they all come together for water. Something that they all need brings them together. It's a strange sight to see all the different animals around the water hole, the last water hole before the rains come. And that's kind of the way the Earthship is. It is becoming something that everybody needs and wants. Uh, Not to mention just the six things that humanity needs, which is water, electricity, comfortable shelter that doesn't use fossil fuel, something to do with their sewage, something to do with their garbage, and food. Nobody can live without those things. If we're playing with producing a vessel that provides those things at no cost to people, that's like the last water hole in Africa, and it's going to bring all kinds of people together, and it does. It brings people together. And then when people come together to make one, to all do their part in making one, that it just takes 2 days of that common goal for 60 people to become a family. Well, people from all over the world all people. Basically, people are just a sack of water with a few needs. Well, the Earthship provides those needs, and when you get people from all over the world coming for the same needs, they do come from a little bit different cultures and backgrounds and bring things together, and it makes a very spicy mix of humanity all in one spot. And that kind of makes it a much more potent event of building an Earthship. Well, again, by virtue of the fact that they are regenerative, Earthships clearly support it. They lead the way in that. They, in other words, they're not just rhetoric. There's a lot of things that try to be regenerative and try to be sustainable and try to be green, but nobody argues that a tree is green. A tree doesn't have to say it's sustainable. It doesn't have to say it's green. It doesn't have to say it's regenerative. It just is. I would like for Earthships to be that way. I would like for Earthships to be just unarguably a regenerative virus on this planet that makes this planet richer for the planet and for the humans and animals and plants and insects that are here. Um, Regeneration is sort of like the perpetual motion machine that just keeps on making motion, keeps on making energy. Nobody's really been able to achieve it. It's kind of a myth, but I don't think it's a myth that people can live in a way that can be constantly enriching the planet. And I think that's it. By virtue of the fact that people are here, the planet is richer and better, and everything on it is richer and better. We are a far cry from that now. Right now, due to the fact that humans are on this planet, it is getting worse as a planet for every creature on it and for every human on it. And if we can just turn that around with the way people achieve sustenance, we would have a pretty bright future. Only white Caucasian males. uh, I think that every man, woman, and child on this planet is, it's their birthright to have sustenance. And so no one is excluded. But the thing that pisses me off some is that, okay, some people want to not let other people have this. Or they want to have it for themselves or just their race or just their religion or whatever. But then if you do get a broad, wide thinking person who wants to allow everybody, they still aren't there. We have to think of all of the animals and all of the plants and all of the birds and all of the insects and all of the people. Everything that we do for our lives has to consider all of them at the same time. And then we have a chance of really being regenerating life.